Hello everyone, my name is David Arzate here, and I'm going to be showcasing to you my updated deck profile or my Speedroid, which I really enjoyed Speedroids, and when I first came back, this is actually one of my most, this is the one I got, this is the deck that got me started into Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in 4 years ago, so this was actually one of my very first decks. So without further ado, I'm going to showcase my deck profile. My first one I have 3 copies of Speedroid Marble Machine. I just really like to run 3 because it just adds it allows me when this card's normal summon, I can add 1 Speedroid monster from my deck to hand. It also, you can add special summon from the rest of the turn except wind monsters, which is a really great extender. But also I run 3 copies of Terra Top. It's really great because Terra Top, show no monsters, special summon this card from your hand, and then when normal or special summon, add 1 Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand, except itself. So, really you can go off the combo with basically Speedroid Take Tom board as for it, because you can tribute. If you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You contribute this card, special summon it with Speedroid Tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except wind monsters. Good extender, but most of my monsters are basically wind, so I have no problem with that. Next, I have 3 copies of card Turbo, which is a really great extender because if you control a wind monster, I can special summon this card from my hand. And also, you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn except wind monsters. You can banish this card and 1 Speedroid monster from your graveyard. Then all wind monsters you currently control gains 800 until the end of the turn. I basically run the 3 just so I can need more power to charge up. Next up, I have 3 copies of the Windkeeper, which I really go for this one because I run the 3 because this card will allow me to discard a card and 1 wind monster to add a wind monster with 1500 or less defense points, which I normally do with the Speedroid Terra Top, which I run with as an engine to run it. Next up, I have 2 copies of Clearwing Synchron and 2 copies of the new Pendulum monsters of Speedroid Cornel Crackers, which I do run them, which I really like about this card too. Its Pendulum ability, once per turn, you can destroy this card and a level 2 wind Pendulum monster in your Pendulum zone. If you do, special summon a Clearwing Synchro Dragon from your extra deck and it's treated as Synchro Summon. And also for the rest of the turn, the cards in your Pendulum zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. And also you can add summon from wind monsters. Call it Colonial Crackers too, which is really added good too. If a clearing this card during damage calculation, if this Clearwing monster battles all this card face up, you can banish this card. If you do, that monster gains 700 attack points, which I really like its effect. I just really like its effect so much, and it's so good. Next up, I run 1 Fuji, the Piper, 3 copies of the Ultra Hound, which I really like. When this card is normal summon, I can send a Speedroid card from my deck to the graveyard. Then during the main phase, except this turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card, then target 1 Speedroid monster in your graveyard, shuffle into the deck, and if you do, special summon a Speedroid Synchro monster from the extra deck with the same level but a different name, but negates effects. So you could target like any Speedroid monster on my graveyard, and I can special summon as like something that I want, but it negates the effects. So I really like to run this one because I like it. 1 Double Yo-Yo. It just allows me, when this card is normal summon, I can target a level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in my graveyard and special summon it. I mostly just run 1 Yo-Yo because just in case I need to revive, and not because it doesn't really help me a lot. But it really added there is good too. I have Speedroid Rubber Band Plane as something that I can run with, just for something that if this card is special, if a monster is special summoned from the field, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, which I really like about it. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field and it loses 600 until the end of the turn. But you cannot special summon monsters except wind monsters, which is not going to be a problem. I have 2 dice, 2 Speedroid Red Eye dice, 2 copies of Den Den Daiko Duke, which I really run, which I really like. Next up, I have 2 Effect Wheeler, 3 Ogre, and that's pretty much it for my monsters. I only have a few spells, so since most of my monsters are basically monster effects, so I don't rely on them. So I go with 3 Speedroid Recovery, 1 Harpy, 1 Pot of Desires, 1 Speedroid Scratch, which I run. And Speedroid Recovery, I really like this card because it allows me to target a Speedroid monster in my graveyard, so I summon it during the main phase. The second this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Speedroid monster in your graveyard, then add it to your hand. It's just like a monster reborn. So my traps are, however, my traps are basically 3 evenly match, 2 duplicate, and 1 Speedroid Clear Wonder. And that's pretty much it for my deck, actually. Now for my extra deck. My extra deck consists of 2 High Speedroid Band Shooter, 1 Cork Shooter, 1 High Speedroid Glider, 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, 1 Crystal Clearwing Wings Synchro Dragon, 1 Crystal Clearwing Over Synchro Dragon, I actually have on 2 copies of Clearwing Synchro Dragon, Clearwing, 2 copies of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, 2 copies just in case, 1 Fast Dragon, 1 Chambara, 1 Kite Drake, High Speedroid Kendama, Hagorita, which I really like this card so much, so, and that's basically much for my extra deck. Honestly, I really like this deck profile so much, and I just really like to play the Speedroid deck profile. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really good day. Bye. Love you.